Today we'll be installing a Kenwood DNX9990HD into a '07 Chevy Silverado new body style. So we'll be removing this factory radio and installing the the new head unit. Won't be upgrading speakers yet or amplifier. We'll be just using the app radio harness kit to install everything. And that kit will include the steering wheel controls and everything else you need. XM, what's it called? Your OnStar and whatnot. So, first things first, we'll remove this panel here, this trim panel, to get to our radio, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we got the trim panel off there. We'll remove some screws, 7mm screws, as you can see, all 8 of them, because the way they have it set up is that they're staggered. So you got the very bottom there with your power controls there, then you got your climate controls, and the radio on top. So you can do the bottom one, then this one, and then you can get your radio out. And you can see there the space that we need. You do need a antenna adapter if you want to go aftermarket, so be aware of that. Otherwise, I'll get the radio out. We'll get the install harness, put it on there, test fit it, and then we'll work on the wiring. Alright, so I've got the dash kit mounted on there. With the double DINs, you'll notice you will have a gap on it, but it does come with a trim plate for it, so you should be fine. Did have to cut a couple of the brackets that came with it. It was almost like an L piece, so you can remove that and make sure to fit it all. Then you also got, of course, here's the main harness for the Kenwoods. On this one, this being a GM truck, we use the RP5 GM31 wiring kit for it, and that will includes all the harness that you need for it to work. These being the GM with the bose system in it. Let me just turn some lighting here so you can see a little bit better. So that's where it's all at. So wiring was fairly easy to do. Won't be using an aftermarket amplifier or nothing. So basically, your main harness, use the speaker wires for front and rear. There will be some other added features to this. One of them is being that it's pre-wired and pre-programmed for your steering wheel controls. All you have to do is set on the side of it. If I can find it here, this side here, depending on the radio that you're using, that's the setting you put it on. And here's your harness for it. And of course, this being the Kenwood, I use this wire that goes straight to the Kenwood. You don't have to use the headphone jack or whatever you call this thing. So that's that. As you can see, all the harnesses are going to it, so it's all pretty much done. Wiring was pretty much straightforward. They do give you instructions for it, so depending on the radio that you have and the features that you have, you just wire them up. So you got power, ignition, ground, of course, speaker wires, amp turn on. It also gives you wires for your reverse, so you can hook it up a rear camera for it, and you won't have to be running a wire or trying to splice onto your reverse lights, which is kind of nice. All you gotta do now is run the video cable to the back, and of course plug in your camera. Now the one thing about this, you don't have very much room for it. As you can see here, you have a small slot on the bottom and a little bit of room on the top. One of the issues with this one, this double DIN, is where the harness sits. So this bottom piece here, just below the harness, sits right about here. So what I will be doing is when I push this in, I'll just be grabbing the harness and just tucking it to the side like this, and then tucking it to the side like so. So that way the harness comes down here. So it'll kind of come down here, and it doesn't. There's about maybe quarter of an inch, half an inch space. So that way the harness will come here, and we're able to pack everything up in here. So this, and what I also did with the antenna is run it, instead of coming out here, I run it behind and it comes out to the side here, and that way, because the antenna adapter goes here, it'll easily go on here. USBs for your media and iPod are run through here and out to the glove box, as well as the GPS pack and the Bluetooth microphone. And so that one's ran right behind there, and it goes up on here, and of course we run it. As you can see, we have the microphone there, and the GPS pack, as I did on my Lancer, was I put it up on the dash here. With this one, this nobody sees flash, of course. It's got some clips on it, but you can pop that up, and we placed the GPS pack right in here. Let me see if I can find it. It's right there, actually. You can see the wire going to it. That's the GPS pack. So it'll have great reception, like I did in the Lancer, because you got a nice clear view of the sky, and if you tucked away, you won't be able to see it, or up on the roof. So, like I said, most of it's done. I've already gone and tested the steering controls, and they work fine. Mute, track up, track down, everything like that. Tested the audio controls already. Speakers work fine. So now I gotta put a lot of these wires away and start tucking away, and it should work. Another thing is, if your truck has the rear audio controls or radio, it's designed for that. I haven't tested it out yet, but I will be doing so. Otherwise, it's fairly simple install once you have most of your harness wires all done up and everything. So let's I'll just clean up most of this stuff away, finish away with the GPS pack, and start putting everything back in, and we'll go from there. One other thing I should mention before moving on is for your parking brake. I'll be putting that down here by the lower dash of the driver's side. So this is basically like a bypass, so that way you can still watch DVDs or videos of your flash drive with a USB, if you choose to do so. I mean, nobody should be stupid enough to be actually watching a movie while they're driving, but if you have passengers, your kids, you know, whatever the case may be, you can still do that. Now we got most of the wiring done here already. Just gotta do the reverse camera, which is this one here. So fish that through the side there, along with the ground wire that'll be for the park brake bypass. Got it up and around here through the side, and I have the yellow one grounded behind the dash here, but the video cable for the reverse camera, got it coming down here. As you can see, there's a grommet here, and that's where it's going to. So I've spliced into we'll cut the grommet up a bit to get the cable through there, and it'll be coming to the bottom of the truck, and then we'll be heading to the back to the license plate. That's the fastest way I could find to get the cable through there. You want to go through the firewall if you want, or whichever you prefer. This was the fastest, easiest route to get to the back of it. So we got that done, and we'll go to the license plate. We'll go from there. Alright, so now we got the video cable here at the bottom. So you see that's where we got it from. So now we got it all zip tied up along the bottom here. I'll put the harness along here and towards the back, and the review camera at the back. Cable's just long enough to reach, and it's all zip tied now, so shouldn't have any issues with it. That's the best way I could find to run the cable, and as you can see, it's at the top here, so nothing's gonna cut it unless you want to cut it on purpose. So we'll get to the back, install the camera, and go from there. Alright, so now at the very back here, the reverse camera, So there's the power and ground connection. There's the video cable. It's gonna go to the top there. You can see the wire right up top there above the spare tire. So zip tied. Left a little bit of slack on it, so doesn't pull much on it in case of anything. So there's the video wire. And then what we've done is splice onto the license plate light for the power and ground of the camera. You don't have to be on all the time anyways. So it's on there, zip tied, put in there, soldered, and everything to the connections. See everything else. That way there's no issues. And now we can put that light back in there. And that's how you can do the reverse camera on these trucks. With that kit, as I said, it was came with a connection with the of that kit. That way you don't have to run a wire to the back to the reverse light or try to find a source in the steering wheel column, which is nice. So you just wire that up. So the only wire was, of course, the video cable. Yeah, it should be good. So now we got all that here, all zip tied, put away. I'll put the light bulb back, and then we should be able to test out the radio. Alright, so now we got the camera all done, everything else done on this side, wires are all tucked away. So start putting everything away on the harnesses. Now, because we don't have very much room here, what I've gone ahead is fit the main harnesses, which you can see are right there, and I fished them through the bottom here, and I was able to push them down. So I had to kind of grab this thing here and just pull up and push them through there. And then our module here, the RP5, is sitting right there. So I was able to slide underneath it as well, and that'll give us room for that we need for the radio to fit, and there's no issues here. And because the climate control module and the settings for it module, they do give us some space over here. So anything I tuck, I want to have it over here, so that way it doesn't get all crimped or nothing cut, anything like that. So we got that in there now. We've tested out the reverse, the sources, and pretty much everything, even GPS. And tuck that away so as you get there, you can see the GPS puck. We know it's over there. And so yeah, I'll finish up putting everything away here, all the harnesses, and then bolt everything back up, and then we'll give it a final test for audio, video, everything else. Alright, so now we're done the whole install. Get the dash put back together. As you can see, there's the Kenwood. Everything went back to as it should. Everything else put away. Finished with the mic there. So now let's just turn the key over and give it a quick test. Of course, you want to test everything before you put everything away. Make sure everything else is working, even to your truck or vehicle. Make sure everything's working so you're not having issues later on. So there's the starter for it. GPS is off. Again, where we put the GPS puck was up here. Now you can't see it, and although it'll tell us GPS is off, let's check it out. It says right to navigate. Agree. As you can see, full bars. So even though we're inside the garage, the GPS box over there is picking up the signal quite nicely. So that's working. Let's go back over here. How about USB? But let's go back to HD radio. So we got sound there, and then there's the automatic dimmer. That's working. So let's check the rear view camera, and there's the rear view cam. Of course, right now you'll see just white because of the door's closed, but that's working fine there. So again, that's all pre-wired with it, which was really nice. So so yeah, everything's working good now. Let's put back in. So steering wheel controls, everything's working good. So there, it's all done, good to go. If any questions, let me know. This on again on an 07 Chevy new style Silverado. Thanks for watching.